if your button clothes gape at the bust and at the waist, then I've got you covered in this video. My name's Juliet Uzor of SoSoNatural.com. This is a very quick one just to take you step by step through the way that I ensure that my button placement is correct, and to show you also how I create my buttonholes. So the first thing that I do is I put on my unfinished garment. When I put the unfinished garment on, I use a pin just to get an idea about where my bust line is and my waistline is. You want to use a pin just to hold it in place at the bust line and at the waistline, not above or below the bust line, because the button that would go at the bust line is really important. Otherwise you would have a bit of opening and it will show your underwear, and you don't really want that. Another tip that I have for you all is to wear the bra that you normally would wear. So I mean, I wouldn't really do this step whilst wearing sports bras after a run or gym or before gym, whatever it is, or any, you know, home lounge bras. I would wear your everyday bras to avoid any mistakes. So standard way is to have the right side over the left side, because women are always right, and that didn't come out well, but anyway, you understand what I mean. But I'm not saying you should stick to, you know, standards. If you want to do things your way because that's the way your fabric looks and you want it to look a certain way, then you're in charge of the things that you make anyway. But the only thing is, it just feels natural to have it right side over the left side. And then the next thing that I do is I work my way down from the top, marking in place where I would like my buttonholes to go. So I take it over to my machine. I've upgraded now to a Pfaff creative icon, and with that Pfaff machine, it's got an automatic buttonhole, but most machines these days have buttonhole feet. So what you do is you sew on your buttonholes. And then I take it back to the table. At this point, I then pin things back again from the top to the bottom, and when I pin them, I put up a chalk through the middle of the buttonhole, and that would then mark my button placement. When this step is done, you can then take your buttons over to the sewing machine, if you use a sewing machine to sew on your buttons to your clothes. Otherwise you can hand sew it. I've only just mustered the courage to start using my sewing machine to sew on buttons, but so far so good. I can't complain. But let me know in the comment section if you prefer to sew on buttons by hand or by machine, and I'd really like to know what you think. So the next thing to do is to have a look at this playlist here, and I have lots of sewing tips and tricks, including hacks that I think you would find useful, and I hope to see you over at those videos. All the very best. Take care. Bye.